Hey everybody, so today I wanted to explain exactly what a diastasis recti is, also known as DRA. Why does it occur, how do you assess for it, and then also what your rehab will look like in order to recover from such a thing. So a diastasis is pretty simple. It's just the separation of the abdominal wall. So the ab muscles are actually separating. This absolutely has to happen when we're pregnant. At about 37 weeks, 100% of you will have this. And it's because your abdomen is getting bigger, and so obviously in rounder to make room for our baby, and so it's actually separating our abdominal muscles. However, after delivery, you don't just kind of go right back. Some people do. Other people it takes a long time, and then other people they need a little bit more, basically rehab to learn how to utilize these muscles. They are very much in connection with our pelvic floor, our diaphragm, so how we breathe and expand. And so there's basically, so for some women, they just need a little bit of extra help and rehab in order to correct for that separation. So how would we assess for that? Okay, so when you assess for a diastasis, we do it in multiple different ways. We do it lying down on your back, and so we look at how far apart between the abdominal wall that you have. So basically, when we're standing, we have the linea alba, and so we will look to see how many fingers fit within the linea alba all the way down from your xiphoid to your pubic bone. We also look at the depth, how deep does that go? So, and we go all the way down the chin. And the reason being is because we're testing the integrity of the tissue. We want to see how strong it is and how far apart the muscles may be, but then we also assess it in sitting and in standing. So my favorite thing to do is then to load people. And so I put you in all these positions that a lot of people tell you can't do. So I look at how you squat, how you lift, how you do push-ups, how you run, how you jump, because all of that is functional, and we need to know, okay, well, how are your muscles responding to that? Because honestly, some people, their muscles kick right back in, everybody goes and does their job, and even though when they're at rest, they become more lax. Other people, they can do all those things. They have no problem with that. So for anybody saying, oh, you can't do those things anymore, that's not actually true. You actually have to look at each individual person and to see where their strength lies, and to kind of scale accordingly. So it's kind of like you would never go to a gym and just load up a squat rack and then all of a sudden do 300-pound squats. But it doesn't mean you can never do it. You just have to start, a little bit further behind. Same thing with rehab for your abdominal muscles. The other thing we'll also look at is how strong your muscles are, as well as which ones are kind of overpowering and which ones are so overactive and underactive. Sometimes your obliques are really overactive and then your recti are underactive, or sometimes it's the opposite. Or it's one set of obliques because we have internal and external. So one set of the obliques is working more and then the other ones are not playing as much. So there's a lot to it, but it's actually really fun and you can get better with rehab with that. And then also for people who maybe have tried rehab and they've tried a ton of different things, then there are surgical options as well, which are very necessary, and I'll talk about that later in another post. So anyway, so basically diastasis, separation of your abdominal muscles. We're looking at the integrity of the tissue between those muscles. So we look at how far or how wide they are, as well as how deep you can go. We look at the contour of the abdomen. We put you in positions to see how your abdominal muscles are responding, and then we rehab accordingly. If you have any questions at all, please reach out and let me know, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.